Disclaimer, I do not dislike CinemaSins, and that is not a lie. For my next Everything Wrong with CinemaSins video, I'm going to be seeing their video on Chicken Little. But before we start this video, I'd like to welcome a special guest into the video who will be working with me on it. Please welcome Cheese.
Alright, case number 148, Jeremy Scott vs. Chicken Little, is now in session. Excited to work with you on this one, Luke.
Where to begin? How about Once Upon a Time?
I know. A movie begins with a double sin of narration and a once upon a time cliche. I don't care if it's a fake out and the narration changes course, you can't have your sin and eat it too. Or something like that.
But since this is a fake out and the narration changes course, shouldn't it be a good thing that it did something new and subverted expectations?
Oh, no, not the book. How many have seen opening the book before?
Dude, we know this is going to be a semi-subversive take on an ancient folktale, but we also know this ain't Shrek, so if I hear Smash Mouth's All-Star fire up in a few minutes, I'm really going to be pissed.
But it doesn't, so...
Run for your lives! Everyone run for cover!
By the end of the movie, we learn that Chicken Little has been smacked in the head by a blue, octagonal piece of faulty alien tech, so he has a legitimate reason to be terrified. I just find it hard to believe that he opted to race to a bell tower rather than investigate the piece of sky and call over one of the many nearby adults.
Because the movie establishes that the school bell needs to be rung in case of an emergency the town needs to know about, hence why Chicken Little rings the bell here.
Hey, did you know rabbits can reproduce a lot? Like, a lot? Of course you did, but my bigger question is how this mom fit all these little assholes into this clown car of a stroller.
Well, it could either be this is a clown car style pram, or, and hear me out for a moment, Jeremy, this isn't our reality.
Jesus, the true start of the movie is a solid 90 seconds of adorable animals screaming and running for their lives. Mom and Dad were like, hey kids, want to go see a fun movie about Chicken Little? And then they left the theater with traumatized children, and the bullying and gender bias jokes haven't even started yet.
But this isn't a kid's movie, it's a family movie. There's a difference. And this panic is at least accurate to the original storybook. But then, of course, this being CinemaSins, books don't matter.
You're all in danger!
And just like Zootopia and The Secret Life of Pets, all animals live in harmony with each other and can understand each other's English perfectly, except for some dumb bird or something that's bound to show up later and only speak in chirps or giggles.
But I don't remember seeing that in Zootopia, and also in The Secret Life of Pets, Sweet Pea wasn't a dumb bird, so...
Chicken Little! What is it? What's going on?
You know, the bulk of the damage this town sustains is due to this fire dog. He was driving on the wrong side of the road, which caused him to swerve, caused the ladder to come loose, which smashed into the yellow car, causing her to hit the fire hydrant, which loosened the water tower death ball. And sure, Chicken Little rang the bell that made everyone lose their goddamn minds, but the rest of the movie acts like everything's just his fault, when there clearly were other idiots to blame for the insane amounts of destruction.
But you said it yourself, Jeremy. Chicken Little rang the bell and caused the entire town to go berserk. If he hadn't have done that, the firefighter wouldn't have driven out of the station in a panic, causing the crash that caused the tower to fall. This is entirely on Chicken Little because he called out that the sky was falling, even though it was revealed to be an acorn. If he hadn't have done that, the rest of the story in this film wouldn't have taken place.
It was just an acorn that hit my son.
No,
little acorn.
Dad, no!
Yo, I know Chicken Little was pretty panicked, but he's also like 10. Why did the entire town react like he was the chief of police sounding an actual alarm about an emergency?
Because he rang the bell to tell them that the sky was falling?
In this world, a tiny town has 10 news sources instantly organized to drag a scared child at the oak tree, and then an entire goddamn production company approves a movie designed to make the kid feel like an absolute hell. This is hell.
Agreed. While this is a decent film overall to me, the way Chicken Little is treated for a lot of the film was a big thing I didn't like about it.
Your kid went and scared us all half to death!
Was it the ringing of the bell that scared you, or that the town occupants immediately panicked and ran around as if being chased by killer bees?
The former, since, as the movie establishes, the school bell is rung to notify the town when there is an emergency.
What the f*** is up with this chicken teeth on Little? Them are horrifying. Hell, if they'd shown this today, there'd be a public outcry for the animators to completely redo the rendering on the main character.
Oh look, a rejected Sonic the Hedgehog reference for a movie character from 2005. How original. But the movie doesn't have to bend to the laws of avian biology because this is an animated movie.
Holy this podunk Okie Oakstown has a goddamn movie studio? Why were they just showing Raiders of the Lost Ark in the theater if they've been pumping out new releases?
It could have been a re-release, which is something that movie theaters do all the time with movies that came out either not long ago or decades ago.
This father-son conversation in the car goes on for all the some time. Some of the all-time. All of the all-time. It's long.
Says the guy who goes on long rants that don't have anything to do with the movies he talks about.
Look, Mama, there's the crazy chicken!
Jesus Christ, what is with this town? This little bastard is like 11 years old now, and everyone within the metro area is cool with openly mocking him for well over a year straight? How has Chicken Little not retaliated and ended up in juvie by now?
Probably because he wants to fix his reputation? which lay shattered in front of him last year thanks to the sky falling incident. Also, it's a small town. News travels fast, and once a reputation is made, it sticks. At least until they change it or move away.
Bus bullies.
It's almost like that's the point of Foxy Loxy's character or something.
I won't play it right now, but just trust me that this is a total terrible pop song by a decent band plays over the opening sequence of an animated kids movie cliche.
Jeremy invents a cliche that he'll only ever use for this one-time cliche.
When you think back on this movie and feel bad for Chicken Little, remember that this little asshole could have returned the papers to the briefcase sitting right there, but opted instead to run them through on the guy's own horn.
The briefcase is broken, and at least this way the bull won't lose them, despite now having holes. Much like your videos.
So which of these anthropomorphized animals is not only addicted to bubblegum, but is also a littering bastard?
Is that really a question you need answered?
Ha ha ha, you see? It's funny, because he's a fat pig, and that makes it impossible to do normal things, like bend over and pick up his pencil. Hey, why aren't you laughing?
Maybe because this part is establishing that Runt is a character that we're meant to sympathize with since he gets treated similarly to Chicken Little.
Fish out of water?
I'll just point out that diving helmets weigh roughly 55 pounds, and this fish either has the strongest neck and shoulder muscles known to man, or you movie.
So, animals being able to talk and do things like humans are fine, but a sentient fish wearing a diving helmet is going too far. Okay then.
Split into two teams. Popular versus unpopular.
This satire of PE is pretty funny, I'll grant you that. But it's also so on the nose that it makes Cyrano de Bergerac look like nothing more than a movie about sword fighting.
Sinning something you like.
I had a run-in with my old nemesis.
Gum in the crosswalk?
He won this round.
Oh, so earlier he had a sucker at the ready because this has happened before, which makes me wonder why he wouldn't also have prepared by packing a spare pair of shorts in his mysterious body pockets.
Have you ever tried stuffing a pair of shorts into your pockets? They wouldn't fit, and would just fly out by the time you left the house.
But who are they calling? Their peers are also in school, unless they're calling each other. In which case, one of these assholes is pulling one of those pretend to call someone to look cool gags.
Or maybe they're calling friends of theirs that likely don't attend the same school that they're attending.
You said the sky was falling. Your dad didn't support you.
And this movie doesn't trust that we are fully aware of this, considering that is all that has happened so far.
Yes, that's what happened, but Abby said that to lead into her telling Chicken Little that he should solve the problem by using closure with his dad.
I swear to God, it's been nearly 15 minutes and I have no clue what this movie's about.
That sounds like a you problem, mate.
I get it. Someone spent an entire day animating this piece of paper and they wanted it to be on screen as many times as they could. But for those of us who look for these things, I just can't let it slide. If I see this paper one more time, I'm adding 100 cents.
Threatening to pad the sin count. That's a new one, but rules are rules. Oh, and also, do you know how expensive it can be to animate, Jeremy? Some elements have to be reused. Also, congratulations. You're hyper-observant. Well, what do you want, a cookie?
Roll credits.
Not only was Chicken Little's name said prior to this part, he's the film's main character and his name would have to be said during the film.
Oh, I have the utmost respect for you. I mean, you were Buck Ace Cluck, our school baseball star.
Expositional apology? Exposology? Hey, that kind of sounds like a religion founded by a whack job of a science fiction writer, doesn't it?
No, I don't think so.
Also, it's very convenient that the trophy case is on display right outside the principal's office, just in case he has to reference his star students while their progeny are sitting right outside.
Yeah, so?
God damn, this movie switches moods on a dime. Hate, vitriol, optimism, camaraderie, depression, interpersonal conflict. If I wanted this roller coaster, I'd just check my Twitter timeline.
Well, that sounds like another you problem, so I think I'll give my award out here.
Come on. All I need is a chance.
Wishing on a non-shooting star, or in this case, UFO. My point is, he should have better known better.
But at this point in the film, he doesn't know that it's UFO, so it makes sense for him to think it's the wishing star.
This part of the movie montage is harder than the last half of Rocky IV.
This movie, that movie.
Dude, the baseball team may be good, but is it worth this much of the front page of the Okie Oaks Gazette? Aren't there murders and thefts and politics that should take up a little of this coverage? Remember, if it bleeds, it leads.
That would be pretty darn horrific to show in an animated family flick. And here you were earlier complaining about the mass hysteria from the warning bell at the start of the movie.
Check Zipper. Where the hell are his pants? Or his legs, for that matter?
Right there while you were saying all of that. I thought you were hyper-observant. Did you miss that optometrist appointment I booked you in for back during How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World?
Jesus, you guys. No thank you. Too many in a row and it ruins the sweet spot and the buzz, you know?
Jeremy yells at the screen cliche.
You know, for a town that worships baseball as much as these assholes, they sure do flout the hell out of the actual rules.
Gotta be honest here, I don't know that much about baseball. I'm more of a cricket guy myself, but my guess is that they're trying to find the ball so that they can get Little out before he reaches the home plate. And they keep getting tangled up in each other's messes.
Wait, this ump overturns his own call without a replay or a coach's challenge? I could believe these sentient animals live in a humanized town with cars and businesses and sporting events, but this is a bridge too far.
But if you didn't cut out the previous scene, you'd know why he makes this call here.
Wait, a cotton-picking second. Hold your horses here, and horses hold your breath. This might not be over. He's safe!
Jesus Christ, this crowd celebrates so long you'd think they just rescued Mark Watney from the vacuum of space after 549 souls.
Jeremy, the Martian called. They want their protagonist back.
Wow, you've been getting lots of calls from movies asking for their characters back, huh?
Yeah, been a thing ever since my How to Train Your Dragon 2 video. In my defense, though, he still does this way too much.
A piece of the sky? Shaped like a stop sign? Not again!
It's like the filmmakers took an already ludicrous premise, then added animals and baseball, dusted off their hands, sent the email to Disney, then handed out for 3 weeks of cocktails.
Well, the movie was supposed to be different story-wise, but went through changes during its production and thus ended up the way it did.
Okay, last time there was no proof of his claim about the sky falling, but this time it's right there. Can't he just point to it and be like, hey, what do you think this is, Pop?
He was operating on the events of the last time that this had happened, and that no one would believe him, and hoping he was just imagining it again. And later we see it can disappear, so with this knowledge, he might not want to admit to his dad that he's found another piece of the sky falling, for fear of being ridiculed once more.
For the next 73 seconds, these middle schoolers will be singing the Spice Girls' Wannabe, which was super popular 9 years before this movie was released. So I now fully expect a kid's cartoon to be singing Blackpink and Selena's Ice Cream in 2029. Goodbye if you want to be my lover, and hello, take a lick, but it's too cold to bite me.
Well, like I've said before, this is just supposed to be something for the adults to catch. And regardless of if a 2029 animated film features characters singing ice cream or not, animated films in general always include things that are intended to be noticed by the adults rather than the kids.
Volunteering for a surefire anal probe.
Jeremy makes an inappropriate comment cliche.
Holy shit, they have deadlights. Quick, insult them vociferously and they'll melt into a puddle so you can crush their hearts.
Arbitrary horror novel reference.
This alien ship is powered by one of the best-selling items at Spencer Gifts in 1992.
Sinning plasma globes. Also, it isn't even a part of the engine or the ship's electronics. It's just there for decoration.
Just do the thing you do to relax.
Well, isn't Runt a teenager? If so, you're going to need a socks, some lotion, a magazine, and I'd recommend clearing the area.
Except that's not strictly accurate, as they show him later singing Stayin' Alive by the Bee Gees. You even showed that when you went on your non sequitur.
We're running back to your house and you're going to tell your dad!
Yes, surely the obese middle management widower, whose peak was in high school, will be able to solve this intergalactic crisis.
And while he still doesn't believe Chicken Little, Abby said that to him to get him to finally talk to his dad and use closure to solve his problem.
You know that part in The Life of Brian where the aliens pick up Brian when he falls off the roof, and he goes on this brief out-of-nowhere adventure that ultimately means nothing to the overall plot? I feel like the filmmakers only saw that scene and thought, if it's good enough for Monty Python, it's good enough for a Disney feature.
Actually, similar to what Cheese said earlier, this film was based off a story which also had previously been adapted by Disney into a short film in 1943.
Comedy.
Like you've produced anything better.
Remember how at the beginning of this movie I suggested that children would be traumatized by all the screaming and mayhem? If that part of the movie didn't do it, this alien horror chase will f*** them right up.
Like Cheese said earlier, this isn't a kid's movie, it's a family movie, and additionally, a movie being animated doesn't mean it's specifically for kids.
What happened? I blacked out there for a second.
Given the pacing of this movie, I can confirm Runt is a lucky, lucky bastard.
Okay, but what makes that wrong here?
Why the hell is a bell the only way to alert people in this f***ing town? Earlier we saw all the kids on their cell phones, so it's not like there are no other communications up in here.
Maybe because ringing the bell would alert the whole town at once, and using a cell phone would only alert one person at a time?
I know it's not a common experience, but it's a freaking school bell, people. Why is everyone on this sharp of an edge, ready to immediately mobilize?
Maybe because the school bell tends to get rung in emergency situations like the beginning of the movie established?
Also, they went through all this shit a year ago, but everyone's still immediately fooled into believing this alarm?
Yes, and it could be because the bell likely hasn't been rung in a while.
You gotta believe me this time.
No, son, I don't.
See, kids, the moral of the story is to never trust your own parents to back you up when you need it the most. No? Oh. The moral of the story is to fear public rejection and bend to the social pressures of publicly punishing your children. Got it.
Geez, if that's the way this all goes, then at least you aren't a father. Unless you count your cats as children, in which case, wow, that's just sad.
Well, other than the penny, this whole evening was a wash.
Oh, shut the f*** up, Turkey Perky. You were in a candlelit bubble bath beneath the stars moments ago. This night was great.
First off, his name is Turkey Lurkey. Secondly, his bath was disturbed by Chicken Little screaming about the alien spaceship.
Discount Minion.
But that comparison doesn't work here since this film came out in 2005 and the first Despicable Me was released 5 years later.
Run, I really just want to be alone right now.
One-eyed sneak.
What?
Man, I don't know who started this war first, but I do know that it's not the animals of this city that scorched the sky.
What are you talking about?
Those are your parents? And they brought the Galactic Armada?
For some reason, I'm willing to believe that all the animals of Okie can understand each other, since they all speak the same language. But I'm not buying that Little can understand the alien creature like Han and Chewie for no goddamn reason.
Ah, so you must have missed Fish translating Kirby's dialogue for Chicken Little there. Also Star Wars called They Want Their Characters Back.
Attack of the Drones!
Oh, what the hell. Add that movie to the list, why don't you?
You were there when I won the big game, but not when I thought the sky fell. And not at the ball field, and certainly not now.
This is good. Keep going, keep going.
No, Skip, big clucking Skip.
Oh, you heartless bastard.
By the way, I'd like to say I've always found you extremely attractive.
And here you thought Zach Braff had terrible chemistry with Natalie Portman in Garden State.
His Scrubs co-star Sarah Chalk would beg to differ. Also, his and Abby's relationship had technically been building up since the beginning, and actually works out very well here.
Take the key to the city.
Look, Don Knotts was an American goddamn treasure, and the fact that this was his last vocal performance in a feature film after a legendary career is definitely a sin. You're my boy, Don.
First off, technically sinning Don Knotts, which given the amount of times you've sinned deceased actors like Tony Todd, James Caan, and Robin Williams, in the Robots Colliding with a Chance of Meatballs and Final Destination videos I've covered, has got to be worth at least 100 sins. Also, his last movie appearance was Air Buddies in the role of Sniffer, which, despite being a direct-to-video release, still counts as a final acting credit.
What is Plan B?
Well, it's that thing when you spermaculate a bit too early. But
Next. Oh, and I'm also adding 100 more sins here for this joke.
Fire truck!
Porcus Ex Machina.
Considering that this fire truck had previously been shown in the movie, I again don't think that term works here, Jer.
Hang on tight.
This works.
Why wouldn't it? Are you going to explain why?
Sweetheart! Oh, Kirby, I'm so happy to see you, my darling!
Ah, yes, she is so relieved to see her son that she forgoes their native tongue, speaking perfect English for all of us to hear.
Could be possible that these aliens speak more than just their own language, hence the English speaking here.
Oh, snap.
Something a putz like Chuck the Cluck or whatever the f*** his name is would definitely say in this situation.
It's the censoring of a naughty word gag, because this is a Disney family animated movie, and they don't want to bump the rating up any higher.
And also, his name is Butt Cluck, not Chuck the Cluck.
God damn it, the dad is still taking credit from his son. Has he learned nothing? I thought this was a parable or some and that is a lie.
It was based on a parable, and additionally, Buck did help Chicken Little with saving the town, so this therefore is fine.
Also, bonus sin for promoting an installment of the Ables at the end of the video.
And here's the end result, everybody. This in total is 418, and the sense will be, the sky is falling. But before we wrap things up, I'd like to say that it was really fun working with you on this video, Cheese.
Thanks for having me on, mate. And all I'll say now is court adjourned. Until next time, Luke.